Happy 420! Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Millennialz Anonymous Podcast. Yeah, my name is Lise and I'm a millennial, so let's get this party started right and quickly. And can you hear me? Can you hear me? I just want to make sure you can hear me. Is there an echo? Can you hear me? Because last week it was like I really had like my whole mic in my mouth. Kind of like I was kind of trying to give fellatio on my mic because I had my whole mic real close to my mouth. And what I wasn't going to do is go back and re-record it, okay? I was not making love to my mic. I was trying to overcome the sounds that were coming in the background, which, you know, we all home. I'm shut in an office somewhere in my home where I'm not directly around my kids, but my kids are loud enough. Sometimes I feel like with kids, it feel like the walls is made of paper. Like they made of paper walls. Like you could just hear it and just hear it. And that's what I was trying to do. But woo, I was like, woo. When I was watching that Teddy Riley and Babyface battle, it was like, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We got a whole hour and 5 minutes of can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me over here? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Face, can you hear me? Can you like woo child? Like it was a lot. Like, you know what I mean? It made you sad at first, and then like after a while it was so bad that it was a train wreck that you couldn't turn away. Like it was a mess, baby. But we gonna talk about that later in the show. But you know, I gotta shout my peoples out because I just finished recording with them because I'm lazy now. I don't record on the days I'm supposed to record anymore, and I be recording late. So basically, we had a fun ass time on brunching today. So make sure you tune in, like and subscribe on all major podcasts and platforms and everything so that you can listen to it. Because we got some hot fire coming. When I tell you we got some guests that I didn't think we could get, I was like, you for real? You said yes to moi. Like I was pumped. I was pumped as hell. So we got some people coming and everybody's excited about it. And you know, we don't agree on shit. So when everybody's excited about it, you know that there's some fire coming, like for real. And I want to give a big shout out to Maisha Rice for stopping through the brunch today. She came and got her virtual mimosa. She helped everybody. I made up a new word. Always do, because you know my mouth is flicked and I'd be messing up words. But she made we made up a new word and I made it up. It's quope. So basically it's quarantine and coping together. So she gave you some strategies on coping so that you don't kill your spouse, you know, because they breathe too heavy, or, you know, their feet are ashy, or maybe it's because it's something they did back in 1996. Like, we want y'all to make it out of this quarantine. You know, just period. Because some of y'all is getting into it with each other in arguments and everything. And, you know, with COVID-19 being out there and everything, we need y'all to have it together. Okay? So she gave you some strategies on how to do that and not hurt your spouse or, you know, put your kids somewhere. Like she really was. She was giving us some good ass information. So make sure you listen to that. And we appreciate her. But what we gotta do now is I gotta give you the top 10 trending topics of the week, because that's what I do. So let me give you them top 10 trending topics of the week so we can get this party started right and quickly. Alright, so here we go. Here's the top 10 trending topics of the week. So the Queen Bey may be potentially coming out with new music. So according to the Impressive Channel, shout out to them because they're dope over there. According to them, she might be doing a remix with Meg Thee Stallion on the Savage remix. I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, I don't know. This might be true because they did take a picture together. And you know that us Beehive members, we follow the Queen. So where the Queen goes, we go. And we follow what she's be doing and everything. And shout out to her for singing that beautiful song to the essential workers. We really, you know, we appreciated you doing that and everything. Even though I'm not a medical or healthcare professional. But I appreciated you singing the song and everything. But I will say that I am a little... So Savage has made its round on TikTok because I'm so goddamn tired of seeing them TikTok videos. But Savage has made its round on TikTok. And so that's where it kind of like took off. But I think this is going to give a much needed boost to Meg Thee Stallion. And I think Beyonce, because right now Beyonce, don't take my membership. I pay my dues just like I do my Costco. You ain't going to take my goddamn Beehive membership. I'm sorry. You just not. But I got to speak the truth. Beyonce hasn't had any new music out recently that's really kind of like gone viral. Like, especially amongst younger listeners, I don't think she's really had anything that did. Like, she had that Homecoming album. When the Homecoming album came out, the Let Go song did well, you know. But I think that for this album and this song and this moment, I think this will definitely give her a much needed boost. Now, I don't want rapping Beyonce. Okay, I don't want it. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't like it. I want Beyonce to sing. Listen, Queen Bey. Okay, I know you probably won't hear this, but I need you to be singing on this Savage remix. I don't need Flawless 2.0. Like, I need you to just sing. Just sing on this album. I don't want the raps. I get it. Because having you rap with Meg Thee Stallion, it's not good. So let's not do that. Let's just have you sing and sing well, because that's what you do. That's what you do. You sing. That's what you do. So we want to hear you do that, okay? I'm just saying. And Nicki Minaj, speaking of somebody that did a remix with Miss Beyonce, Flawless remix, Nicki Minaj actually changed her name on social media, which was prompting people to think that there may be some trouble in paradise. Now, I don't know. I don't know if this is true or not, but I will say that he came with hella heavy ass baggage. Like, her husband came with some heavy, hella ass baggage. And I'm pretty sure she was like, you know what? I don't really be carrying baggage like this. Like, this not, you know, what I do. I don't really be carrying baggage, and you got me carrying some heavy ass baggage, and I don't know. But this is why you got to keep your relationship off of goddamn social media. Because if you just changed it, we would just be like, oh, that's cute. She changed her name or whatever. That's cute. Oh, okay. I see you, Nikki. But now that we know the backstory, we're kind of like, okie dokie. So I think that you need to keep your stuff to yourself. Just saying. And Neo is making up with his wife Crystal. They are trying to work it together. He wants to be closer. Because he was so sick, but then he changed his mind. And he said he don't want her to be Miss Independent. He said, you know what? He wants to make some love songs, okay? He wants to be in the mirror. So he said that he need her back in his life. See, the quarantine, it ain't all bad. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it brings people together, and it gives people that love that they need, that extra boost. You know what I mean? So sometimes relationships get a little stronger with the quarantine. And I still call him Aquan. Listen to me. Akon vows to support Tekashi 6ix9ine now that he's out of prison, and he says that he will have the hottest record of the year. Now listen to me, I don't doubt that Little Teriyaki is going to have a bomb ass year. I don't doubt that at all, because he is what the kids want and he is what the kids like. Little Triceratops he knows how to make the repetitive beats and the music that a lot of the kids listen to. And, you know, he's kind of catchy, I guess. So kids like Little Tyrannosaurus. And he really is the embodiment, I think, of how to use social media, because he took the term rat and everybody was using it against him, and he's flipped it. I will say that he flipped it in a way where people are now, they think it's funny. Like, it's not like, oh, he's this rat. So I think he probably will. We just have to just check it out and see what happened with him. I don't know. We just gotta wait and see. And The Game loses his sexual assault battle and has to pay $7 million to his accuser because he didn't show up to court. So one of the fastest ways to lose a battle is to not show up to court. Like, I mean, Game, like, we wasn't really doing much. So, I mean, I don't know. This had to have happened a little while ago because the courts are closed. And I think he's in California. So I don't know how long ago that he actually lost his case because your court's closed. So, but he lost. So she's entitled to his royalties and the $7 million. So she's doing a lot of talking on social media as well. So I don't know. Sometimes it's better to just take the money and just kind of just keep your mouth shut. Like, just take the money, you know, keep your mouth shut and move on. Because sometimes it's just not a good look when you start talking, especially when you start talking trash on social media. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot. And the rapper Blueface, I don't know why you would be shocked by this, because anytime you are named Blueface, which is pretty much the color that you turn when you're not getting oxygen, which probably makes sense why he did what he just did, he ignored social distancing and had a harem, I guess, of women over his home, which started off good. They were twerking and stuff. You know how much they love to twerk. And then they just all fell apart and it turned into a complete fight and a knockout, drag out battle of women, just the hell because. And I don't know why this is happening, but we need to get our kids. We need to save our kids. And I don't know why we expected more. Isn't it the same guy that was beating up his mom and his sister or something? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I really don't know what to do about it. I don't. And Florida's governor is opening up their beaches with restrictions amid a spike in the coronavirus cases in Florida. And I'm like, listen, Florida, I've been trying. I shout out to my people in Florida, but I was really trying. I was trying to give y'all the best I could give y'all. Like, I was trying to, I always talk good and I always be like, no, y'all don't know Florida. Nope. Y'all don't know Florida. But I'm beginning to think that people might be onto something when they say a lot of the crazy people come from Florida. And I don't know. Like, why is it? Why is it that y'all can't stay in the yard? I know y'all got little pools, little inflatable pools in Florida. Like, why y'all can't just put that in the yard? Like, why is it that y'all gotta go and stand face to face with each other and get drunk on the beach? Why is it that you need that in your life? Why is the WWE essential over there? Like, it's just so much confusion. And I love y'all so much, but y'all got palm trees, y'all got old people. Like, it's just so much things in that it warms my heart in Florida, but it's a lot. And I don't know what to do about it, because y'all don't listen. And I don't know, because that's where everybody, grandma and grandpa, go to retire. Y'all got all them old people over there, but y'all don't want to stay y'all asses in the house. Just stay, because it don't even make sense. Like, you don't want to close the beaches, but you're gonna close them early. I was like, the virus don't go in the house when the street lights come on. Like, they don't be like, okay, it's 8:00, I gotta go in the house. Like, that's just not how that viruses work, Florida. Like, it ain't how it work. And I don't know. It just, I don't know. And then happy 420 news, Snoop coming out with a wine. So the wine will be out in the summer. So it's amazing. It is not a cannabis infused wine or anything like that. It is a red wine. And it says that Snoop will be actually partnering with an Australian wine brand, 19 Crimes, for a multi-year partnership. So we will be able to get this wine for a couple of years and everything. Maybe, who knows? Snoop might become a winery. We just don't know. And it says that this is a red wine blend. So it includes about 65% Petite Syrah, 30% Zinfandel, and 5% Merlot. In the bottle, guess what? It's not like $150,000 like some of these other ones that's out there. It's $12 a bottle. So this is affordable wine. We can all drink it, and we can all toast to Snoop for coming up with this. So it's a Napa-based 19 Crimes wine brand. So I'm excited to taste it. Look, Snoop Dogg, he been giving us some good stuff recently. He been cooking and everything. So we will figure out what it had tastes like. But yeah, happy 420. So puff one for me for 420 so that you can get a little cough, cuff for me. I got kids and I live in a state where recreational marijuana is not acceptable. But if you are in a state where recreational marijuana is acceptable, like California, which considers it essential, puff me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puffs of the good stuff. And black people are being discriminated against in China because there is a rumor over there that the virus spread from Africans. And so now they are preventing them from going into hotels and going into restaurants. That is absolutely unacceptable, China. It's unacceptable. And y'all need to get yourself together. Even McDonald's has made a formal apology behind them, even though they did not implement that policy, but the store owners over there implemented the policy, but McDonald's apologized. So I'm gonna need China to apologize to Africa for treating Africans and black people like that. I'm just saying, because Plymouth Rock did not land. Never mind. Anyway, that has been your top 10 trending topics of the week. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about this Teddy Riley and his Babyface debacle. Our battle royale that we had last night, that was or Sunday night. So basically what happened was we were supposed to get a versus, Swiss Beats and Timbaland. They've been doing this, you know what I mean? They've been doing this. And last time everybody was kind of joking RZA because RZA couldn't get his sound right. It sounded like, he was playing it under the water. Like it just wasn't good. But then we got this. Okay. And they both look amazing. I would say black doesn't crack, but that's not true. Some black does crack and it ages like leather in the sun. So that's not 100% true. But for them, these two individuals, they look amazing. Okay. And so I will say that they look amazing. Let me start with the good part. They look amazing, okay? They are legends. They have come up with songs like Let's Chill, I Like, Whip Appeal. Like, these are songs that live on. These are songs that don't die. Like, you can listen to them at any point in history and they still rock, okay? They still will get you up out your seat, whether you've heard it for the first time or you've heard it for the millionth time. Like, they just are those kinds of music. They are both geniuses when it comes to music, okay? But what they ain't gonna do is get on goddamn IG Live. Like, that's just not what happened. So basically, we was 20. Well, we knew this was we should have known that this was gonna go down in a flaming pile of dog shit when it started. Because, okay, so basically, we was 20 minutes late into it, and we should have known about 10 minutes in when they kept saying that Babyface needed to call him. He's waiting for Babyface to call. I'm waiting on Babyface to call in. It's Babyface. We should have known, because Babyface was already there. Like, Babyface was in the comments. All they had to do, search for Babyface, they would have been able to just pull him out. Like, Babyface, they could have just requested Babyface in. But Babyface was already there. And so he didn't even know that they was there. They was fixing sounds. He had a whole studio system. When I tell you, he said, fuck this quarantine, he had 11 people in there. He had the plus size, old weight, backup dancer, hype man with the Kango. He had the man on the keyboard. He had drummers. He had all of them. Guy was in there, Blackstreet, everybody was there. They weren't really there. I kid, but he did have a lot of people. He even had a baby in there. Like, it was just, I'm like, where is you getting these people from? And everybody looked like they was AARP members. Like, it wasn't nobody in there but that baby that wasn't an AARP member. And I'm like, okay, this not gonna go good. Like, somebody get a Generation Z or Millennial over their stat. Like, I just could feel it. And as soon as Babyface came in, it just went downhill. It deteriorated quickly. So mind you, we 20 minutes in. And then Teddy Riley starts playing music, and it sounds like he in a fish aquarium. Or, he's playing it through a cheap CVS karaoke mic. And it's like, what had been going on? And I was so stressed. And we was trying in the comments, we was trying so hard to make you great, Teddy. We was trying to tell you, I was like, it's the reverb. You got some reverb. You got reverb. You got that reverb on your face. Is you gonna reverb? You hear the echo. You got the echo in your ear. You hear the echo. You got the echo. And he was like, nobody look at the phone. And nobody have up live at all. Nobody in there had live up. Nobody was looking at it. And it was just a lot. And so he started, every time he would talk, it was like, face. No. What? Song. We going. And then they had to go back and forth. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gonna play a song? I'm play a song. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Babyface, you could see it in his face that baby was tired. Baby was tired. He tired. Like this past when he go to bed, and he was like, Babyface so smooth. He's so mellow. That he ain't just say, "Gone, motherfucker. This was you invited me. Like, let you get shit together." Like, he ain't want to say that to Teddy. And so Teddy, he playing the music, he dancing, he got the old way lover in the back, dancing next to him, smiling and dialing. He just was so happy. But the one thing he wasn't doing is checking his phone or checking the sound. I'm like, we don't need you over there for moral support. These are songs that y'all already made these songs. Like, this is not a visual thing. We just need to hear it, Teddy. Okay, Teddy. Then everybody come to the phone and their foreheads, everybody foreheaded in the phone. Can nobody fix it? We stopped like 10 times. Then they was like, do you want us to start over? Everybody in the comment was like, no. And then he did it again. And then not only did we restart the songs over, they re-said what they had said 10 minutes ago. I'm like, y'all are really repeating exactly verbatim. Did y'all forget we having a senior moment? Did you forget that y'all just had this conversation? Is it Groundhog's Day or not? I was like, it was so much. We were so stressed in the comments. It was just like, what is happening right now? It's slowly, we never got past 3 songs. For an hour almost, we got a Verizon commercial, or maybe it was Sprint, since the guy left Verizon and went to Sprint. Because we got, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Face? Can you hear me? Face? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Face? Can you hear me? I think it's you. I think it's coming from you, because it was good before you got here, Face. Now listen. Y'all wouldn't have known that it was reverb until you had somebody else on the other end. Why Babyface couldn't hear the reverb, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But we definitely could hear the reverb. And it definitely sounded like he was playing an Oscar the Grouch trash can. Like, it sounded like he was in the trash. Like, and he closed the lid. It sounded like he had closed the lid. And then they was behind to blame Babyface and like, whatever you did, Babyface, you fixed it, Face. And Face was like, I ain't do nothing. I ain't even touched nothing. I just was sitting here. You seen I was sitting here. I seen it in his eyes. He was like, you saw that I was sitting here. I didn't do nothing. You ain't gonna blame this shit on me. This is all on y'all. You know what I mean? Then he walks away from the screen And they start to do a technical thing again. Mind you, this is the second time doing this live that they start doing technical checking on the sound. They doing a sound check again. Okay. So they doing a sound check. Okay, for the second time. And Babyface wants to go to bed. Like, you could tell, because I think one time in the live, I think he might have fell asleep. I think he closed his eyes. I think he fell asleep. I don't know what had happened to him, but he was just like, and then he came back to us. But he was like, he kept saying, Teddy, Teddy, Teddy. I'm like, if you don't put some bass in your voice so that he know, this motherfucker, this shit is not working. Like, we need to reschedule this because this is not working. Like, this is not what we need. Like, Teddy Riley is over there with his hand on his hips like he's cooking on the grill. Like, we knew right there that when he looked back at them sound systems, it was like, it's over. You know, he is defeated. He's not sure. He even said, like, all this sound equipment in here, we can't get it right. That's what's wrong, Teddy. You had 150 mics. We don't need 150 mics on the phone. Like, just make sure that your phone is near your speaker, Teddy. Like, that's all we needed. It's all we needed, Teddy. Like, what happened? And I was like, it was a lot. It was a lot. And Babyface, he just wanted to stand up and say, fuck this. And he wanted to walk off. I know he did. But that's just not in his personality to say, fuck this. Like, I felt some of his shade. I felt like Babyface was pulling some shade, towards Teddy or whatever. But Teddy just didn't get it because it was 11 people in there. Nobody checked the comments. Nobody checked the phone. Nobody was answering the phone. People's phones was ringing. It was phones ringing all over the place. Everybody's phones was ringing. Everybody's phone ringing all over the place. I'm like, where is Swiss Beats? And then I was just like, Jesus. Like, it was just a lot going on. And I was like, this Jesus, fix it. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it. I just, at a certain point, I was like, it's above us now. It's in the Lord's hands. Like, it's above us now. It's in the hands of the Lord. And we just gotta hope and pray that he could fix it. Because we can't. This is not what a normal person, this is supernatural to fix this. Because it was a lot. And Teddy was just, Teddy. As much of a genius as you are, we know that you don't do sound checks. That's not what you do, okay? That's not you. Just like I said earlier with Beyonce, that's not you. That's not what you do, Teddy. That's not what you do. You don't do that, Teddy. You don't do that to us, Teddy. You don't do that, okay? You don't do sound. You just make hits, Teddy. You make hits. Because this is a lot. This was a lot. Okay, it was so much stress. I took 2 shots. Like, it was just, I felt like we was, trying to teach my grandparents how to use the phone. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I was like, Teddy 53, Face is 63. I just said, let Face play all the music. We can hear his music. Let's just let him play. He could just play all the music because, like, he didn't even give a shit. Like, Babyface started playing the song. He just stopped shit in the middle. It didn't even have like a transition out. Like, he literally was pushing a button. Like, push a button. That was all we got. And I was like, we need this to be better put together. Like, this is not what these legends needed and the 400,000 people that tuned in. Like, this was a lot. And, in the beginning, it was sad. And then towards the middle, it was like, this is such a train wreck. This is hilarious. I can't turn this off. Like, this is must-see IG. This is much-see IG. And I was like, listen, IG, don't be cruel. Fix this sound. Okay? Don't be cruel. Fix this sound. Because Teddy Riley was in the back firing people. Like, it was Teddy Riley in the back. Yep. Like, he was just, it was a lot. It was a lot, Teddy. And we need for you to make sure that everybody who is there is not there next time. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't a mask. It wasn't no gloves. Like, they was just together. My man is doing the Cabbage Patch next to Teddy Riley, maybe 2 feet away from him. I'm like, listen, Babyface just overcame COVID, okay? That's why Babyface in there by himself. He's like, it's so distant. I don't got nobody in here. It's just me. Even when he asked, like, what did you do? He's like, I ain't do nothing with the sound. It's just me because I'm social distancing. Like, he was throwing shots. You know what I mean? The whole time I caught him Babyface. I caught the shot you was calling. But Teddy, nope. Teddy was like, I need 50,000 people in here. Like it's a concert. I'm like, Teddy, we don't mind. And I know it sounded good in that studio. I know it did. But this is on IG Live. And D-Nice came at the end and D-Nice saved the day. And he played all the songs and all the hits. So I don't even know if we need a rematch at this point. Because D-Nice did it. Some people don't need to be on IG. And I think that's Teddy Riley. Like, I think Teddy we need a tour from Teddy. Like, let's get a tour from Teddy Riley. And I know that these guys, like I said, they are legends. I'm old enough to know their songs. I'm old enough to have listened to them. Like, I like Rump Shaker. I like all of them songs that Teddy Riley has. I like all the songs that Babyface has. But this not for them. Like, if you... Okay, and I will say nobody above the age of 53 and older need it. But it's a lot of rappers now that I don't know how old they are. Because there's a lot of people that's looking kind of... Like, I don't even know anymore. Like, it's some people that are like, no, I don't think that's a normal progression. I think that you must be older than we thought. Ain't no way you're 37. Like, it's just... So, I think it's some other people that know how to work it that are older, but not Teddy. Okay? All right, Teddy. So, we... For me, personally... I don't think we need the rematch because I feel like it's going to be the same. Shout out to Swiss Beats and Timbaland for putting it on. We appreciate you keeping it free because, Teddy Riley didn't want it to be free. Teddy Riley, he wanted us to pay for it. At first Teddy Riley, he didn't say this, but you know what I mean? He was saying like, y'all broke some guns, can't pay $5 to see this. And I'm glad we didn't because we would have all needed a refund. We still need a refund. After wasting our hour, everybody stayed there. We wasted an hour and a half waiting and listening to. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me face to face? You can hear me. You can hear me. Then they stop. Like, you can't hear me. I could hear you. Like, it was just woo chow. It was so much going on that woo. Okay. I'm like, at least Teddy, just take the glasses off, Teddy. Take the glasses off. Maybe it's the sunglasses in the house. I don't know. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I don't know how to feel about it. But they both are legends. We still love y'all. But that was a lot. I just want to welcome Miss Karen L back to Millennialz Anonymous podcast. We appreciate you coming on the show. We are talking about Bad Baby today because, it's just a bunch of drama. Because I wanted to talk to somebody else and get somebody else's perspective on this. Because y'all know that I went in on Bad Baby a couple weeks ago. And apparently she didn't listen. She didn't hear it. She didn't listen to it. Or she didn't give a shit. Either way, we're back at square one with her. So I want to get Karen's opinion. So you saw like the article. I don't know if you saw the live that she did.
No, I didn't see the live. I went back and I tried to look for it. I didn't see the live. I did see the article though.
Okay.
Where she told everybody they should just focus on the pandemic and not focus on her and her little darker foundation. Mm-hmm. And then I looked at her pictures and I was like, everybody not lying.
Because sometimes the internet be lying.
Yeah,
sometimes
it be lying. Sometimes it be going too far. But this time, you're not so much, sis. No, yeah, you're definitely tanning.
Darker. You're definitely darker.
You're definitely darker. You have definitely taken on some aesthetics of our popular cultural African American women in our community, mm-hmm. And this young lady has made a name for herself doing just that. I mean, I feel like it's intentional, and I feel like she knows what she's doing. It's not like, oh wow, I went on vacation and I got a little darker. You know what I mean? This is like
we in the house, we quarantine.
This is somebody who is like seeking out women of color and saying, okay, I want that hairstyle, I want those nails, I want that baby daddy. Like, this is somebody who is working to do that versus someone who, like, it just naturally, like, okay, I got a little dark, I went to Jamaica, got my hair braided. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is not the same thing.
So Bad Baby, she be trying, and I defended her a little bit because she's 16 at the time. I think she's 17 now, or she might have been 17 then, or she might be 18 now. I don't know. She's a teenager.
She's a baby.
So when people were going in on her, I was like, y'all have to understand that she's a teenager now. But when listen, Bad Baby, you went a little far. Okay, because not only are you hella dark on that picture, you went on your live and said, "Don't nobody want to be black."
Catch me outside. How about that?
In those words.
In those words.
Okay then.
So
Catch me outside. How about that?
I mean, one of two things can't be true. You cannot take the aesthetic and make yourself at least 4 or 5 shades darker. You're using, like, the mannerisms and the way you speak is being you're imitating something.
She had a whole song out with a bunch of black people. Like, who are you marketing to?
Right.
Who are you marketing to? Come on, let's really be honest. You're not going after, and I just said that, you're not going after the Taylor Swift demographic.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not doing the 16 to 17-year-old, when we was dancing to High School Musical demographic. That's not what you're doing, sis. So you could say, hey, don't nobody want to be black all you want. But what you're saying out your mouth and what you're doing is two different things.
But she's not lying. They want to take, like they said, you want the rhythm, but you don't want the blues. Like, she wants to take the aesthetic and use it because it's popular.
I like.
Right. But she knows that there's a downside to being black. And I was like, also, you can't say you grew up in the hood and that's why you have a black scent when your mother don't have that same goddamn black scent. I was like, did it skip her? Because I'm
no, that's the influence of TV and music and culture and all those things that certain people that are not around us still aspire to be that. And so they put it on. You know what I mean? You drop them in the middle of a real hood and they won't know what to do with themselves. But, for aesthetics, for Instagram, for the show, for the TV, for the shits and giggles, they will put it on and they will wear it and they will monopolize it and monetize it like this young lady has done, so that it works to her benefit.
I blame stupid ass Dr. Phil. Like, I blame him. Without Dr. Phil,
a little bit, I blame Dr. Phil because I feel like he let her. From his show, this is where she went. But I also blame, like, your mama,
right?
Because she's a baby still. So some of the decisions that she's making and the behaviors that she had, and I understand that's why she was Dr. Phil in the first place. That's how I know you're not black. Because if you had a black mama, half of this shit wouldn't even gone down.
Yeah, she was fighting her mother and all of that stuff like that.
Mama out. See, that's the part where you're not black, because your black mom would have slapped the black off you.
Right, and that's
it's true though.
Right.
But I do feel like, where is the influence in her life to allow her to just be out here acting like this?
Yeah, and I'm like, at this point, like you said when we were talking before, that she ain't changing because she's making money off of it. People get mad at her, but even getting mad at her, she making money off of it.
I mean, even getting mad at her still fuels the fact that she has, 18,000 followers. It still fuels the fact that she's making money. Like, people like the controversy.
Right.
And so she's going to continue being controversial, especially as a child, because there's no repercussions.
Right. Yeah.
And, she's going to exploit this for her benefit. And that's what she's doing.
And did you hear her go after Lil' Kim?
No.
So in the live, she also went after Lil' Kim. So she was basically comparing the way black women, we wear wigs and braids and extensions. And she used Lil' Kim as the example of saying Lil' Kim wants to be white and nobody says anything about that because look at the way she got her nose done and she wears the blonde hair and the contacts. And of course, Lil' Kim clapped back. I think Lil' Kim probably should have just let it be because, who is Bad Baby compared to Kim?
Right. Kim's on a whole nother level.
Right. Like, I think she could have just left it alone. But see, here's the thing, Bad Baby. I don't know if you know your history, and you talk way too much to not know your history. Yeah. Black women do straighten their hair, and black women try to fit into the European world because we didn't have a choice. Like, this is not something where it was like, oh, we want to be this. We were told for years that your hair in your natural state.
Madam C.J. Walker on Netflix?
Apparently she didn't. Because
she need to get schooled.
Yeah, I was like, we couldn't wear our natural hair. Even now, in certain states, like your state, New York, and my state, Maryland, we made it where you can't ban natural hair. But there's still places where they won't hire you.
There's places where you won't get banned. It's not banned, but it's frowned upon. There's certain women that can't get certain jobs in corporate America with their dreadlocks or with their braids or with their weave-in or whatever the case may be. So it might not be illegal, but it's definitely frowned upon.
Right. And that's the thing I don't think she understands. When I hear a lot, even black men like would chiming in on it. Yeah, black women are trying to be. I was like, it's not that simple. It's not that cut and dry. Like, we can't pick and choose the way that we fit into society because it was never that way. Right. Bad baby, you can do that. You can say, oh, this hot now, you know, melanin popping. Oh, I want some melanin. I'm gonna go paint myself in chocolate syrup and I'm gonna get on this live. Like, no, we can't do that. Right. I'm black wherever I go.
Right. And we don't have the ability to just cross over so easily, nor do you see black women of color in certain positions. Like, we're not on the runways heavy. We're not in the catalogs heavy. We're not in the magazine. The Cosmopolitan magazine is not, Vogue magazine is not, they are not driven by black women. Have black women been in them? Yes. Have we been on them from time to time? Yes. But is this their demographic? No.
True.
I don't think that's the demographic. Whereas I think I think white women have the ability to say, you know what, I like that. I'm gonna take this. Like, I want a big butt. I want big lips. I want to get my hair braided, and then I'll pull that into my life. Right. We don't necessarily have the opportunity on the other end to do that. And FYI, I've been blonde too.
Yeah, me too. My hair has been every color of the rainbow.
I've been blonde too. I actually like my blonde, and it's coming back this summer. Women, like, naturally, no, we're not. But some of the white women are not naturally.
Black women are blonde. They are black people that are naturally blonde.
Yeah, and there's some women that are white who are not naturally blonde either.
Yeah. Right? They get that dye in a can just like the rest of us. But I will say, Kim, I think with Little Kim, I think it's not necessarily her wanting to be white. I think that's just the aesthetic that she was trying to go after. Maybe she has her own demons that she's fighting that we don't know.
I never thought Little Kim was trying to be white.
I never thought that either.
My mind when I saw her getting surgery and stuff like that. I don't think her motive was to be white. She didn't lighten her skin. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I do think we all have things about our body that if we could afford to change, we would change. And Kim actually was able to afford to change it.
Yeah, no, I mean, her foundation do be like on Beyonce sometimes. Like, it'd be like, baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't compare her to Bad Baby. I wouldn't use them as a comparison because, like I said, being black for us is not a choice. We can't use it as a trend or a fad. We are always black, and we will be treated like black people wherever we go.
Right, because it's the skin we're in.
Right. So, I mean, you would want to try to fit into society to get the job that you want and stuff like that. And I think that's what Little Kim was doing. Bad Baby has a choice. She could be white on days she want to be white. On days she don't want to be white, she could decide she want to go be black.
I think that Bad Baby's doing the opposite of that. She's saying, you know what? This is where I want to fit in. This is where I want to be. I want to make hip hop music. I want to make rap music. I want to fit in with the black community. So I'm going to take on as much of this as I possibly could, whether they agree with it or not. And I think she's purposely like making those decisions. This is not like, like I said, this is not I like this hairstyle or I saw something. So I think this is a constant decision that she's making. You know what I mean? And she is trying to appeal to people of color. And so she's going to do those things.
Yeah, I agree with that. It is a conscious decision. If you grew up in a black neighborhood, I could see that. There are certain people that grew up in a black neighborhood and they just kind of pick up the mannerisms and the way that we speak and stuff like that because that's where they grew up. I also don't believe that just because you speak in Ebonics that you're speaking black, I guess you would say, because I know black people that don't speak like that. Doesn't make them less black. Right. It doesn't mean that they're trying to be white. It means that they're articulate and they can enunciate. Like, it's just those are the
right. I know my vocabulary. I know how to speak for myself. Yes, I know what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, and there's that too.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I feel this girl knows what she's doing. I absolutely 100% feels like she knows what she's doing, and she's going too far. And of course, she's gonna go at Little Kim because she wants clout.
True. Because there was other people she could have went after.
She didn't have to go after nobody. Like, girl, you 17, sit down.
That is true too. But if you're gonna pick somebody, you ain't gonna pick a hip hop legend. Like, we're not gonna do that. Like, of all the people that you could pick,
you could go for,
you gonna go.
Why didn't you go for another white person? Could have went for somebody else that was white and say, okay, you guys don't say this about this person. Why you pick him?
Right. But she's not going to do that because she's trying to make a comparison that black people want to be white because they wear their hair a certain way without knowing her history. So then she sounds even more ignorant.
But that sounds like me saying I want to be white because I made my hair blonde. I don't want to be white. I know I can't be white. You know what I mean? Like white people, you could be black. You could sit in the sun. You could go tan. You could buy makeup. You could actually try to be black. You can get Botox in your lips, make your lips bigger. You can do those things. I can't unblack my blackness.
That is very true, and people will still know. Even as hard as Michael Jackson, I don't know what was going on with him, but as hard as he tried, he was still black. Yes,
and I'm pretty sure he had the money that if he wanted to change who he was to some extent, he could. And you still Michael Jackson. You still black.
You still black, and they will still look at you as such.
And your mom's still black.
and your daddy black. So,
you know what I mean? She's making music now, and it's not even good music. You made one rap song, you want to go at Little Kim. You're not even on
I never even heard her.
Me neither.
Oh, wow.
You're not on the same level. Like, you need to double down.
Well, yeah. I mean, you should love you so that you don't have to
be somebody else.
Right.
Yeah. So you don't have to be somebody else, or you don't have to emulate somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do your own thing and be your own person and embrace the things that you have that make you you. That's what her mama should be telling her.
That is very true. But I think we are going to have to deal with this until we as black people stop supporting her. If we are her audience and our demographic, we got to stop supporting her.
We got to stop her, both positive and negative, because giving her positive love, she's going to keep continuing, and giving her negative love, it's still negative.
Money is money.
Money is money. It's still green. At the end of the day, she's still getting the attention that she wants, and that's what she wants.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. So we got to stop supporting the nonsense, the crazy.
What's going to happen to her when she 30? Because if you're 17 and you look like this, what's going to happen when you're 30?
I was thinking that too, because I'm like, you look at least 26
You
now.
look like you had a rough life.
Yeah, she look at least.
You looking like life ain't been that great to you, sis. And so if you look like black don't crack, let's not forget it. So what are you gonna look like when you're 35 years old? If this is what you look like now, and this is what you're doing to yourself now.
Yeah, I don't know, but I appreciate you coming for talking about Bad Baby. So now,
of course.
With Bad Baby, listen, if you didn't listen to the first one, me going off on you, I need you to listen to this one, because we need you to get yourself together. Just be, I don't even know what her name is. Her name Danielle or something like that. Just be Danielle. That's what you need. Drop the Bad Baby. Just be Danielle.
Go to school, get an education, start a business, go to college. You know what I mean? And then pick fights with people when you could argue with them.
Right.
And you have some substance in life to argue with them about.
Right. Facts. Yeah, babe. Listen, Bad Baby.
Some new gonna come along and she gonna be gone.
The next girl gonna come on Dr. Phil and she gonna cash me outside, and she gonna be the next wave of whatever.
Yeah.
It's coming.
And you out.
Yeah. And they are the turnover, even with the new rappers, and it's just such a turnover because it's easily duplicated, and that's why you don't need to imitate people, because if you imitating somebody else is imitating you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And on that note,
Karen L, we appreciate you coming on Millennialz again. Tell everybody how they can follow your podcast.
You can find my podcast pretty much everywhere: Apple, iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, Google Play. I'm there. So Say It Loud is there. And then social media, Instagram, Say It Loud, and Facebook, Say It Loud. I am Karen L. Thank you for having me. I can't wait to come back.
Absolutely. We love having you on the show. We much appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Make sure you listen to her. She's absolutely hilarious. I love her show. So I need you guys to listen to it as well.
Thank you. I'll see you soon, hon.
All right. So let's get into this next one. It should have been a top 10 trending topic, but it wasn't. At this point, I'm sipping some wine, so forgive me. So basically, it was a NASCAR driver that lost his job. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he lost his job. And he lost his job because he was playing a video game, let's say NASCAR Mad NASCAR. I know that's not a thing, but we're just going to go with it. I'm not really a gamer. And even though I did play games when I was younger, but now that I'm older, I don't really play games. So let's say he was playing Mad NASCAR and, you know, he lost connection. They were like streaming on Twitch or something, and he lost connection with like his pit crew, and he was like, nigga. And so, of course, everybody was like in shock because everybody heard it. Everybody saw it. Everybody was like, oh my goodness, he used the N-word. So basically, you know, what happened, what should have happened, and you got to be held accountable for the things that you do. He did lose his job. He lost all of his endorsements. And the one biracial NASCAR driver came out in support of him, and now people are mad at him. Black people are now mad at him as well. So here's my thing. What I will say is I believe in the right to be able to say whatever the fuck you want. And if you cannot tell by this podcast that I believe that, I'm telling you, okay? I believe you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. However, there comes a time when you do have to be careful about the words you use. I do not use this language everywhere I go. I do not just say whatever I want out of my mouth, because if I go around my grandmother, I'm going to be respectful of her. Okay? If I go into a place of business, I'm going to be professional because that's what it calls for. So I do not talk like this all the time. And I think sometimes we do need to be more mindful about what we say, even as black people, because there's even sometimes where other black people offend black people by using the N-word. There was a whole funeral for the N-word back in, I think, the early 2000s or the late 90s, where the NCAACP and a couple other people were trying to bury the word nigga because they were like, we need to stop using it. And at first, I was one of those people, sort of like D.L. Hughley, like we should be able to use it. We earned it. It's the only thing we got as black people that we can use that white people can't. We should be able to use this word. We took the word and we switched it around and we made it into something else. But like I said last time, did we really do that? Because really, we didn't. Because if somebody else uses the word that is non-black, it still has that same offense to it. It still hurts. I don't think we would ever be able to take that word, flip it around, spin it, rub it up, rub it down. I don't think we would be able to do that and have that word not be hurtful. Now, mind you, it's not like the white lady, the goddamn lady who's out there saying that Karen is more offensive than the N-word. No, because Karen is somebody's name. I was just talking to a goddamn Karen. That's not offensive to anybody. That was her goddamn name. You know what I mean? So that's stupid. But I mean, when it comes to the N-word, because of the nasty, harsh, negative connotations to it, I don't think we'll ever get to a place where we could just use it. I don't think we would ever get to a place where the power of that word would ever be gone. I don't think we will get there. And I because even if, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's possible, because I guess it's the same thing with the word bitch. If your girlfriend say, hey bitch, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, hey bitch, how are you? But if somebody on the street says, look bitch, you probably would be like, no, like, let me take these earrings off, I gotta get this popping. Like, you done it now, you done opened up a can of whoop ass on you. I'm sorry. So maybe it's the same as that. I don't know how to really explain it, because in some ways we also give other white people a pass to use it. And I was like, oh, we giving passes out, and then when some other people use it, it was like, oh, you don't get a pass. I don't know if we should have passes. I don't know if like, I try to limit myself using the word. I don't use it very often, but I do use it. And I guess for me as well, I'm gonna stop using it as much, because I think it does still have that very hurtful connotation connected to it, even being black. Because my mother, she passed away last year, she was black, and my father is real black. He real black, so I'm extra crispy black. So you know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things where you have to take some accountability for using the word. So that's why I believe he should have gotten fired. He should have lost his endorsements, because he's been watching television. He's been watching the news. I'm sure he's read a book where you know that this word is offensive, and that most people are not just going to allow you to use it, especially if black culture hasn't embraced you. So he needed to. But at the same time, I'm like, I think we as black people are going to have to stop using this word as well. It's just getting to the point where, I don't know, maybe the NCAA was on to something that maybe it should be buried. Because like I said, I don't think there would ever be a time where we could take the hurt out of that word. I really don't think we could ever do that. I don't think it would ever be possible. I really don't. So I'm going to stop using the word, just because I want to be mindful of the people who may have been called that word back in, even now, by somebody who is racist. I don't want to be a part of that, but perpetuating that cycle of using the word. Well, whether or not, you know, we will ever see true accountability for just to have everybody stopping using the word, I don't know. But what I will say, black culture, black people, we do need to stop giving other so here's the thing, if that's the case, we got to start giving people from other cultures the pass, period. So if you are saying that black people can use it and other cultures can't, we can't give anybody, even if you grew up around black people, you can't use it. Even if you Hispanic, you can't use it. We got to be consistent with it, or we're gonna have to just bury the word. That's what it is. We either gonna have to be consistent with it and not be giving people passes, or we're gonna have to bury the word. It's one or the other, because we can't do both. I'm just saying. And on that note, let me just thank everybody, each and every one of our listeners, for tuning in. We appreciate you here at Millennialz Anonymous. I don't care how you consume this information. I don't care how you listen to it. I don't care how you view it. We appreciate you. Shout out to WPIR 98.4 FM. We rock and roll with y'all. Shout out to WRDR, because we're coming over there as well. We rock and roll with y'all too. If you want to be a guest on the show, I've been getting a lot of requests lately. Please just go to the website and let us know what the hell you want. So if you reach out to me and you just reach out like, I want to be on the show, which I've had that happen, I don't know what to do with you. Like, if I don't know who you are and I don't know, like, you got to give me something. You got to give me something. And when I reach back out to you and I'm like, what do you want? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to give me some extra information, I don't know what to do with you. So give me some information. I mean, look, we ain't no Joe Budden podcast over here. Shout out to the Joe Budden podcast, by the way. I was just listening to that earlier. It's amazing. But I'm not a famous person, so I will allow you to come on the platform, because I ain't famous. I don't got no money. Just like you don't probably have no money. Like, we don't have no money together. So I'm just saying, like, if you want to come on, you can come. But just tell me what you want, baby. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. That's all I'm saying. And I just want to give another big shout out to Brunchin. So make sure you like and subscribe. And make sure you like and subscribe Millennialz Anonymous on Facebook and Instagram, so that you know when stuff is going on and when new guests are coming on, and if we have any events or anything like that. Make sure you like and subscribe on there, so you know how to reach us and how to find us as well. Like I said, we got a lot of hot guests, fire guests coming, and I'm so excited about it. I'm just, I don't know what to say. I'm just super, super excited about where this platform is going. It always seems to be going in the right direction. So I'm happy, and you guys are going to be happy as well. And make sure that if you haven't had a chance to go to our website, this is where you can fill out the form if you want to be on the show. And it's just www.millennialz.us. And I'm going to say one last thing before I leave. As podcasters, we gotta start sticking together, because we're all at the bottom. Like, if we ain't a celebrity or a social media influencer, your podcast ain't, you at the bottom, baby. You know what I mean? Like, we at the bottom. And we gotta start supporting each other, because I had it where I had a podcast that kind of like trying to call me out or whatever. Like I was like trying to claw at their door, and I'm like, I don't claw at nobody's door. Like you ain't made it, I ain't made it, so I don't need to claw at your door. But we need to be able to help each other out, and if we're not going to do that, we're not going to succeed. Ain't no point of fighting and scratching and clawing, because like I said, all of us right now, we just trying to make it, and the only way we can do that is if we work together. That's all I'm saying. But again, shout out to WPIR and WRDR. Thank you so much for tuning in to Millennialz. We love you. Peace.